Welcome back to Lewis Cruz Stadium. We're here in the post-game show. Lee Jean, Ted Dixie, and joining us, as always, is assistant head coach and defensive coordinator Coach Bronski Towns, and also offensive coordinator Coach Cedric Pearl. Bulldogs victorious today, 13-5 over the Jackson State Tigers. A crucial Eastern Division win for Alabama A&M. And Coach Bronski Towns, just talk about your defensive effort. They allowed 137 yards in the first half, came back in the second half, held Jackson State in check, 67 total yards in the second half, 200 total yards offense. Great job by your defensive unit.
I tell you what, I thought we came out with great energy in the ball game and played well. We was backed up in the first half of the ball game and did not give up any points no more on a field goal on that. So they was down there tight. So our kids played real well, I thought, early in the ball game, the first half of the ball game. And it was a carry over to the second half.
Now, Coach, talk about for the folks what it's like when you face a young quarterback who you're trying to confuse and try to take them out of the ball game, render them ineffective.
Well, normally when I do it with a young quarterback, I would blitz him a lot. But right now we had trouble trying to cover receivers down the field. So that made me back off him a little bit, but I used some coverages in there that he probably hadn't seen, that we had done something with a few blitzes up, and that kind of maybe confused him sometime on that. I thought they did a good job of pass rushing with our 4 men in front of him there. I thought Maddox and Chris and them did a great job in front of Big Frank.
5 sacks for your defensive unit, and one player that really stood out today was number 40, Julius Pruitt for the Bulldogs. He had his first sack of the season. And Coach, also another third down crucial play. He made a huge tackle to stop them and make it 4th and 2. Good job by Julius Pruitt today. Right.
Pruitt is a senior for us. That's a 5th-year senior that got hurt earlier during the year, came back and got better and better the last 2 or 3 ball games for us. He's a big-time playmaker for us. He can cover, also come up and make some hits like he did today. And last week down in Birmingham, we done the same thing 2 weeks ago in Birmingham. So
now,
he's a
Coach,
big-time player for us.
If you had to give us a defensive player of the game, who would it be?
The whole team, they played well today. I mean, you give up 5 points against Jackson State. You know, they did much bigger than we were. They're making a difference. They was told we were the receivers. They're making a difference. We still played it. And I thought we played real well today. I think Rico Porsche came around today and got 2 interceptions, big interceptions. I thought he should have scored on one of them, but everybody trying to leave him in the zone instead of turning around and blocking somebody. They got to score on defense, man. We got to score.
Coach Towns, congratulations today. Big win for the Alabama A&M Bulldogs. Defense played great, 5 points. Look for another solid effort next week against Mississippi Valley State.
Thank you very much for having me on. Thank you.
Defensive coordinator Bronski Towns, now who will join us here in the postgame, is offensive coordinator Coach Cedric Pearl. Bulldogs win it today by a score of 13-5. And Coach Pearl, we talked to you on Thursday night. What would be a tough, hard-fought game for your offense? You knew it would be. It came true today, but the offense came out on top 13-5.
Yeah, we came out on top 13-5, but the first thing I want to say, I need to put Coach Towns on my Christmas list because that was a great job. But in the first half, we suffered with bad field position, and we had a couple of miscommunication down there that cost us with the safety and also with some protection earlier. We got those straightened out. And once we got the ball in the open field, we had good drives. It's just those first 3 opportunities we got, we were inside the 5-yard line, and we got bogged down in there.
So, Coach, at the halftime, I looked at you, and you didn't have, like, a worry on your face. You were very confident. What about your game plan that you knew was going to be effective today no matter what happened?
That we could run the ball. Even though Jackson State has a very good defense, we always feel good going into the game, running the football. Banks had over 100 yards again this week. And we always like to step up to the challenge when a team comes in here saying, they have the best running defense or run defense in the conference. My guys always take it as a challenge, and Banks too, and they did an excellent job running the football today.
Deontay Mason will finish with 26 yards rushing, but he had actually 67 on the ground. You got to take away 41 for the sack. Another good job by Deontay Mason today. Made a couple of bad decisions on some interceptions, but in the end, he led this Bulldog offensive unit down the field for the winning touchdown.
And that's the kind of player he is. He does some exciting things, and sometimes he holds on to the ball a little bit too long, wanting to make an exciting play every time. We try to tell him you can't hit a home run every time. Sometimes you got to hit singles and doubles, meaning you got to dump the ball off or throw it away, and he'll be all right. He just got to understand that. But, again, he always comes through at the end.
Coach Pearl, if you had to name an offensive player of the day, who would it be?
I would say Ulysses Banks and did a great job running the football.
Banks finishes 17 carries, 100 yards, no touchdowns. Deontay Mason did have a touchdown run. Bulldogs win it today 13-5 over Jackson State. three-step process to get to Birmingham. 1, beat Jackson State. 2, beat Mississippi Valley. 3 is have Alcorn to lose. 2 of the 3 are in motion. 1 is done. We beat Jackson State today, and Alcorn is losing 21-0 at the half losing to Prairie View A&M. So we get that win by Prairie View, and then we get a win over Mississippi Valley next week, get a rematch with Prairie View. And based off what we saw last week, we want Prairie View A&M again.
We want Prairie View A&M again. We just felt like we left the game on the field, and we'd like to play them again.
All right, Coach Pearl, congratulations today on the victory. We'll let you guys go celebrate. Bulldogs win it 13-5 over Jackson State. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll wrap up the victory for the Bulldogs here at Lewis Crew Stadium. This is the Alabama A&M Network.